Okay, so very quickly today, just a small little idea, and then I'll give you some hints on how to do the exercise on student averages. So let's say we've got this table called sales that I've already loaded in, and when you look at it, it's got people's names. These are salespeople for a company, and it talks about what they sold and how much it cost, how many they sold, and things like that. Now look at there's a Sonia, and there's a Sonia, and is there any other more Sonia? There's three Sonias, which obviously is the same person. What I'd like to do is create some kind of like a report or something where I figure out how many things Sonia sold in total, and have it like just Sonia, her name once maybe, or all her sales all grouped together. So what we want to do is try to do this thing called a summary statistic. All right, so here's how you do it. And it's actually really easy because we're going to use a wizard. So we're going to use a report. All right, haven't used that for a while. We've done tables, queries, forms. Now we're going to do a report. We're going to press new, and we're going to use a wizard, and then we're going to base it obviously on sales. We're going to press OK, and we're going to grab obviously the salesperson's name, and I guess you can grab the item they sold and things like that. For me, all we're worried about is actually we'll throw an item, but the most important thing is the amount. Like how much did you sell? Like what's the actual total value? So those are the three things I'll grab. Sales is really important, and amount, and this other one we'll just throw in because it's kind of useful for description purposes. Now we'll press next. This is a really important line. We got to decide on who's the boss. Like what do I want to focus in on? And obviously it's going to be a salesperson. So the salesperson's going to be the boss, and we're going to base our summary on that. Okay, then we click next. Here you can say you want to sort by a certain thing. We're going to leave that alone for now, but this is really important, summary options. What we're going to do is we're going to work out the totals for the amount. So we click on sum. Now, in this first example, we're going to show the detail and summary, and you can also just show the summary. I'm going to press OK, press next. All right, we'll just stick with that form. Okay, then we pick a style, and again, I'll just stick with corporate, and then we're finished. Okay, and in a number of seconds, what you're going to see is salespeople by their name, all right, and we're going to have what they sold and then the grand total of what they sold. It's kind of a nice way to summarize, who's doing well in your company at a quick glance. Okay, so here it is, and like for instance, this first person, Benjamin Peterson, and it tells you what he sold, the amount, and the grand total. And then we go into Glenn Akers. He only sold one thing. Heidi Lee, and there's a bunch of different people here, and actually it's more than one page. So we'll take a look at the Sonia page. There she is, and that's what she sold. Okay. You can also fix this up to make it look a little bit better. If you don't want this word here, summary, we can delete that. Things like the totals, if they're not in currency, we can put them into currency. All right, you can go to format and make it into currency. So there's a number of neat things you can do, and then you always go up here to view it as it would be. Okay, so this is one particular format style. The second technique is almost exactly the same. I'm going to go through it fairly quickly. All right, so you press new, report wizard, you pick sales again. You pick salesperson again, and this time I just want amount. I'm not going to grab the other one. I'm going to press next. Then we'll make the salesperson the boss. Okay. When we get to summary this time, we're going to work out the amounts again, but this time I just want summary only. So I don't want every single sale. I just want the person's name and their total. So I'll press OK. And I go to next, 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 and we're finished. And what you're going to see now is one person's name and their sales. Okay, so there's Benjamin Peterson and there's his sales. Now I've gone into the details, and there's some stuff like the last one I don't like. I don't need this. Okay, and when you look at it, that cleans it up a little bit. But what I even want more is just have the person's name and the amount, and that's it. Notice how you have all these different sections, and what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this down to here, and then we're going to view it, and now you've got the salesperson and then the